friends, welcome to the Raftar series. In Raftar series, as you know, we are covering the MCQs plus case studies plus the relevant theory also. Means if there is a theory in the background, we'll cover the theory also. Okay, because all of them are covered over here. MCQs, numericals, case studies, background theory also. If some topic requires theory, then completely theory will be covered, isn't it? So today I'll be covering the theory. Theory of which topic? The topic for today is other financial services. I'll be covering other financial services. Very important topic. Roughly 7 to 8 marks in the exam. Not even, 7 to 8 roughly. Other financial means what? All this insurance, mutual fund, locker. Okay, means these are ancillary services. These are also covered. Saving current is normal. Means that is core and second is other. So we'll be covering that. Okay. So first, like this video, subscribe to the channel, click on the bell icon, share it with your friends. Okay. Let's talk. Let's start. See, today complete theory. Let's start. Let me add the topic. So, which are the two services? One is core banking services, core, and second is ancillary. Okay, core and ancillary. So, all the services can be divided into these two parts. What are the core banking services? Core banking services means basically this: your CASA, current account, saving account, in terms of liabilities. Then FD, CASA, FD, right? These are in terms of liability, and in terms of assets, you provide the various loans. So I'll just write one common word, that is loans. Loans can be of various types. I can give home loan, personal loan, loan against shares, loan against property, anything, loan against anything which is legal. I can give a loan in the banking system, right? So CASA, FD loans, core banking. What are the other ancillary services? Except these, anything what you provide is known as ancillary. Anything. Means what? What can I say this? Even locker is ancillary service. Locker. Locker we feel it's a banking service. Actually it's an ancillary service. Why? How can you discriminate whether any service is a core banking or ancillary? How will you know? Just think, if tomorrow this locker service stops, tomorrow there is a closure on the locker service, will the bank be closed? Will the bread and butter of the bank be closed? No, right? So this is how you will understand. Suppose if tomorrow insurance services stop, will the bank be closed? No. Tomorrow if the this mutual fund sales are stopped, will it be closed? No, nothing, right? So the point over here is you have to discriminate between whether the services are core banking services or other banking services, other than banking services, or we call it other financial services. Now these include all these which I have shown just now. Okay, all these. I'll discuss 10 main which are here, 10 which are generally followed in the banking. Those 10 are, let's see. These are the 10 services which we will be discussing. Important ones. Say this. Professional banking. First is core banking. Then second is professional advisory. This one. Then wealth management, mutual funds, insurance, stock market, treasury debt instruments, tax and audit consulting, capital restructuring, and portfolio management. These are the 10 main services which are provided. So the session will be very interesting. I'll be discussing all these 10 and it will be helpful to you in your exams also. Because the JAIIB exams are prominently based on, you get around, I'll tell you, 5 to 6 marks on this topic. 5 to 6 roughly in your RBWM. So follow the session completely. Wait, watch till the end. Okay. In the end, I'll be showing you something more about the new increment Mahapack which has come in. I'll show you at the end. Very good. You are getting books in this, physical books. Wait till then, watch it. Okay. Next, let's move on one by one. Professional advisory. India has a strong presence of professional financial advisory services which offer individuals and businesses a wide portfolio of services including investment due diligence, mergers and acquisitions advisory, valuation, real estate consulting also. Actually, the real estate is not provided by us. Real estate consulting here, risk consulting, taxation consulting. So basically, these are the main types of professional advisory services. Advisory means what? You are just providing the advice. You are not taking the risk in this. Kindly note, in all these other financial services, we are just acting as a broker, a sort of commission agent. We are not taking any risk in this, and that's why this is preferred by many of the banks. Why? Why is it preferred? The reason is, in core banking services, you have to put the capital risk to risk weighted asset ratio, CRAR, as per the Basel norms. It's huge, CRAR, okay? Around 11.5% of your total capital. You have to make the provisions for the loans, their haircuts, whenever you go for the core banking services. But here, very less, almost nil. Why? Because here you are not taking any risk in any of this. Mutual fund, insurance, any of this. You are not taking any risk in this. You are simply acting as an agent. Okay? So here, India has a strong presence of professional financial advisory services. We have seen many professional services are available not only by banks, even NBFCs provide the same. You name it, you have it, even by NBFCs. All these stock market guys like those with Edelweiss, okay, then Sher Khan, these all provide the advisory service, all of them. Got it? So, advisory service providers which offer individuals and business a wide portfolio of services, including investment due diligence. Now, what do you mean by this investment due diligence word? Investment due diligence means whenever you want to invest in something, you can invest in stock market, you can invest in debts, bonds, you can invest in FDs. So the due diligence of that is done by the banking. Means what? What is due diligence? See here, they'll give you the rating of the stocks, whether it's AAA, AA, that company's rating. Okay? So once you get this rating, you can definitely be sure that your principal is saved. See here, why this rating is required? In anything, let it be any investment service. Why this rating is required? The rating is required so that your principal is saved. Very basic rule of business is what? Save your principal. Forget the interest. The extra amount which you will be getting, forget that. See here, of course, we need higher returns. That's but obvious. But not at the cost of principal, isn't it? If I tell you put in options market, call and put options, buy futures, huge money, but the risk is also huge. So advisory services, whenever I'm advising to someone, I need to see to it that the principal, muddal bachni chahiye, ब्याज का बाद में देखेंगे. That is the basic word used in our local businesses, right? Muddal bachni chahiye, principal must be saved. So that's why these ratings are given. So banks provide these ratings. Okay. So investment due diligence. Then we have mergers and acquisitions advisory, M&A. So all the mergers and acquisitions which happen in the corporate world. Now what happens in the corporate world? Merger and acquisition. What is the example? Which one? Take very simple example. Elon Musk purchasing Twitter. Elon Musk purchasing Twitter. Merger and acquisition. Acquisition it was. Elon Musk acquired Twitter. Okay. Then Tata buying this JLR, biggest company car maker in UK. Tata purchased it. Right. So Tata purchasing that. We Indians have purchased a lot in last 2-3 years. We are going on a M&A. Actually, we are drive. We are purchasing many companies throughout the world. Adani has purchased so many things. The Haifa port in Israel is almost purchased. Of course, it's not purchased, but it's acquired by Adani. Similarly, various ports have been acquired by Adani over here. In near our country also, Sri Lanka also, we have acquired one port. So acquisition means acquiring the ports, and ports means companies. How many mergers and acquisitions? Okay, give me one example of merger and acquisition in the comment section, everyone. Give me one example of merger and acquisition in the comment section, everyone. Let me see in the comment section. Yes. M&A in the comment section. Correct. Many of you have given many examples as such. So next, M&A. Then valuation, real estate consulting. Okay, these services are also provided by the banks. Then risk consulting, taxation consulting. So these are all the additional services. Now, whom do we provide these? How do we get the clients for this? We get the clients through our banking channel only. All these customers who are in real estate, who are in taxation, they'll definitely have a bank account with us. Means us or anyone. So through that database, you get this other customers. That's why we must always focus on CASA. If we have our CASA right, all the other businesses will come to us. We should keep our eyes and ears open and focus on CASA. Very important one. Then we have these offerings are made by a range of providers, including individual domestic consultants to a large multinational organizations. Now, depending on the organizational level, we'll be having this, isn't it? Some bank might be a smaller bank, some bank might be a bigger bank. Then they'll be providing the services accordingly, but each one provides something. Okay? Next one. Wealth management. Financial services offered within this segment include managing and investing customers' wealth across various financial instruments, including, now firstly understand, before going to these various avenues, firstly understand what we mean by this. Managing and investing customers' wealth. So this is a specialized segment in banking. We always target the HNI customers over here. All the HNIs. Now what are HNIs? These are all only 10% customers in your bank who give you 90% of the business. 10% customers giving 90% of the business. Okay. So that is basically managing and investing the customer's wealth. The target over here is there are various services in this. There can be PMS service, portfolio management service. That is also part of this only. So you can give this PMS service. Minimum investment is 50 lakhs in PMS. So managing and investing customers' wealth across various financial instruments, including debt, equity, mutual funds, insurance products, derivatives, structured products, commodities, real estate, based on clients' financial goals, risk profile and time horizons. Now, important part which you have to note is, here, debt, debt means what? Bonds, bond investment. Now, debt can be FD also. FD can also be a part of debt. It can be an investment in bonds also, debentures also, private company bonds. Then, equity, shares. Banks are ready to advise and banks are allowed to advise the customers on shares also. There is a separate division, equity division in banking. Then mutual funds, insurance, we'll be having these. Further we are having the slides. Derivatives. Derivatives means what? Kindly note. The two main derivatives I'll discuss. One is options and second is futures. In options you have again call option, put option. These are the two options. When you feel that the market is going long on the upper side, you buy the call option. When you feel the market is going on the downside, you buy the put option. Okay, so that is called as long and short position. So importantly, this is derivatives. There are many, almost 8 to 10 types of derivatives which are commonly used, but I have discussed only 2-3 over here. Then structured products. What is structured products? Structured product means that product which is a combination of 2 or 3 products. Combination. What do you mean by combination? Means I will give you a simple example, sweeping account. Or let's say more simple, FDOD. What is FDOD? FDOD is a structured product. Why? Because in FDOD, what do we have? We have 2 features. One is FD, second is OD. So you are combining 2 products. This is just a simple example I give. There can be many. Here, structured products are mainly related to derivatives and your debt instruments. So you can have this FD, structured products in mainly in derivatives. Okay, structured products. Then you have commodities and real estate. Okay, commodities means gold. Also you advise e-gold. Nowadays we have e-gold which we can advise to the clients. Real estate. Real estate services are there for majority of the banks. You just check your bank's realty service. Okay. Like when I was in one of the banks, it was having that bank realty.com. Okay. So realty service, real estate. Based on the client's financial goals, risk profile and time horizon. These 3 are very important part. Financial goals. What does the client want? Here, everything depends on what the client wants. Because if the client wants, the goal of the client is just to reduce the risk, then you will invest in less risky instruments. If the goal of the client is to get higher returns, then you will use, instead of this less risky, you can use higher risk instruments. Then second, profile, risk profile. What is the age of that customer? What is the income? Everything depends on that. You can't give equities to a 70-year-old person, except that 70-year or this older person is Warren Buffett. Okay? Otherwise, normal 70-year person will not be interested in stock market, except he is Warren Buffett. Of course, Warren Buffett is more senior. Risk profile and time horizons. What is the time horizon? Kindly note, whenever you suggest equities to anyone, kindly note the time horizon, minimum time horizon in equities is 5 years. Minimum 5 years. You can't suggest equities to anyone without in a time horizon of 1 year or 2 years max. Okay. So note this point. Whenever you suggest equities to any client, the time horizon which you should suggest is minimum 5 years. Okay. Next. Treasury debt instruments. Now this is again debt. Already I have explained bonds. Services offered in this segment include investments into government and private organization bonds. When we say government bonds, it is actually known as government bonds. When a private company issues the bonds, it's called as debentures. Okay? Private company issuing the bonds is called as debentures. The issuer of the bonds borrower offers fixed payment interest and principal repayment to the investor at the end of the investment period. So this is common thing about the bond. It's like the FD only. Here there's only one difference between FD and a bond. Remaining all things are same. 2 differences, not one. 2 differences are there. Number 1, bond is negotiable. FD is not negotiable. Okay, that is difference number 1. Very important. And second is, there are 2 elements in bonds which are not there in FDs. That is market rate and market price. This is not there in FD because FD is a fixed instrument. I'll invest this much, I'll get this much. Bond being negotiable, there is a market price attached to it. And yield is attached to it, means asking rate is attached to it. So that's the only difference between FD and bonds. Otherwise, both are same. So principal repayment to the investor at so this coupon rate, this principal and the interest repayment, fixed payment interest. So interest is known as coupon and principal repayment is known as the face value. So in any bond or debenture, what you get is coupon and face value, okay, as a fixed return. The types of instruments in this segment include listed bonds, non-convertible debentures, capital gain bonds, Government of India saving bonds, and tax-free bonds. So these are the main instruments which we provide to the client. Okay. So importantly remember capital gain bonds. What are capital gain bonds used? Capital gain bonds are used when the customer has sold some long-term investment in, let's say, property, house, and that person now wants to save the capital gain, because capital gains is huge when you sell the house. Okay, so it's generally 20% with indexation, and now government has made it 12.5% without indexation. So that amounts to huge. Suppose if you buy a property at 10 lakhs and sell it at, let's say, 30 lakhs after, let's say, 5-10 years, the difference and capital gains 12.5% on that full amount that is to be paid without indexation. So if you want to save it, you have to purchase these capital gain bonds. These are issued by SIDBI, NHAI, or REC, Rural Electrification Corporation. Okay. Government of India saving bonds. So GOI saving bonds means these are actually the competitor to your FDs. Okay. Tax audit consulting. So this is also done by the banks. We do the audit tax consulting to the customers. How the customer, what amount of tax will the customer pay? What are his investments? Now see here, you don't do it in retail banking over here, but there are separate divisions in the bank. Okay. This segment includes large portfolio of financial services within the tax and auditing domain. So within the tax and auditing domain, so you can guide the customer which instruments that the customer should purchase so that his tax is saved. There are various avenues. There is a donation avenue, ATG. You can suggest that also to the client, 50%. Direct you get the deduction. This service domain can be segmented based on the individual and the business clients. So basically tax can be for individual, it can be for the company. So look at this, tax individual and tax business. These are the two categories. Tax individual determining tax liability, filing tax returns, tax saving advisory, etc. for the individual client, retail customer like you and me. And next is for the companies, business, tax business, determining tax liability, transfer pricing, analysis, structuring, GST registration, tax compliance. All these services can be provided for the businesses also, and they are provided by the banks. Because there is a huge competition nowadays in your core banking services, that's why we have gone for all these alternate sources. Okay. Capital restructuring. These services are offered primarily to the organizations and involve the restructuring of capital structure to bolster the profitability and respond to the crisis such as bankruptcy, volatile market, liquidity crunch. Means basically what are we suggesting? What do we do in NPA restructuring? Capital restructuring means actually NPA restructuring. What do we do in that? In NPA restructuring, we follow this, basically this NPA, if any client becomes NPA and that is a genuine customer, it's not a willful defaulter. The customer is a genuine defaulter. In that case, what do we suggest? We suggest the restructuring plan for that client. Okay, restructuring plan. So that is capital restructuring. Also, this is helpful in takeovers, mergers and acquisitions. Everywhere it is helpful. Okay. Portfolio management. This is the main service provided by the bank. Very important. I myself have many friends who are working in PMS. Minimum investment in PMS is 50 lakhs as per SEBI. This is the SEBI requirement. What is a portfolio? What do you mean by portfolio? Portfolio means, suppose if I am having 1 lakh rupees, with this, I am having 1 lakh rupees, 1 lakh. So do I put this 1 lakh rupees entirely in, let's say, one share, Reliance share? Do I put it entirely in the Reliance share, or should I invest it in some part in some XYZ company shares, some part in shares, some part in FD, some part in bonds? Where do I invest? Means how will I diversify this 1 lakh? Now this 1 lakh I gave you just one example. PMS is for 50 lakhs minimum. Okay? So 1 lakh was just an example. So how to diversify this? This is here. It's like this. This is 1 lakh rupees and these are my 5 avenues. So I have to invest in these 5. It can be shares, it can be bonds, it can be your mutual funds, it can be your insurance. Okay, it can be a business also. You can start your own business. Now there can be 10 ways also, isn't it? Depending on it. So PMS relates to portfolio management services. Minimum investment is 50 lakhs in this, and there are various guidelines for this. We are having this topic in investment management. Separate topic is there on investment management on this. So this segment includes highly specialized and customized range of solutions that enables clients to reach their financial goals through portfolio managers who analyze and optimize investments for clients across wide range of assets like equity, debt, insurance. So basically you are providing these services again in PMS. You are helping the client to invest in various services. Then stock market. We also give stock market advisory services. We have many of the banks have their own broking services. You name it. You check your bank. Your banks are having the broking services of their own. Okay. So the stock market segment includes investment solutions for customers in Indian stock markets, NSE and BSE, across various equity linked products. So you provide it again. Equity means common equity. See this, whatever is traded in stock market is known as common equity. There are two types of equities. Kindly note. Okay. There are two types of equities. One is common equity, and second is preference equity, preference shares. Preference shares are not traded in stock market. Common shares are traded in stock market. So whenever you buy the shares for Reliance, Tata, any company through stock market, you are buying this common shares. Okay. There are two stock exchanges in our country. One is BSE, second is NSE, at least for stock market. Okay. Across various equity linked products, the returns for the customers are based on capital appreciation, means basically growth. If I invest 1 lakh rupees, how much returns am I expecting in a year? It should be definitely more than the FD. Otherwise, why will I invest? Right? Growth in the value of the equity solution and or dividends and payouts made by the companies to the investors. Payouts means what? Payouts means basically dividends. The dividends which companies give are known as payouts. Now payouts can be in various forms. Here, company not only gives you the dividends, it also gives you bonuses, bonus shares. It gives you stock split. Stock split is also provided. So there also the customer earns. Okay. Customer earns in many forms. These are just a few which I told you. The next is this. Mutual funds. This is a common service which you all might be selling, isn't it? Mutual fund. 3 types of mutual funds are there. One is equity, debt, and liquid. Okay. Now in this equity, say this equity. Equity means related to shares, completely related to shares. Debt means related to bonds, and liquid is related to liquid. Okay. This is related to your this simple T-bills or government bonds where the principal is saved. Now there is a combination of liquid and debt that is called as balanced fund. Okay. So this is a combination of equity and debt. These are the types of mutual funds which we sell. What is a mutual fund? Basically, mutual fund is a pool of assets. We combine together the pool of assets. Okay. So various pools are combined and we sell it. Got it? Then insurance. Financial services offered in this segment are primarily offered in two categories. So insurance we provide generally of general insurance and life insurance. The commissions are good. That's the main part. Why do we provide insurance? Because the commissions are good. Around 28% in life insurance. 28 of the first premium. So general insurance, automotive, home, medical, fire, travel, everything is general. And life means term life, money back, unit linked, pension. These are the various life insurance products. We'll be studying more when we come to these topics. Unit linked means what? It is combination of mutual fund and insurance. Here the amount is invested in share market, stock market, shares. Term life means term. Whatever you pay, you don't get it back. Money, so you don't get it back in term life. There's also one more. That's called as means a single premium. Single premium means you pay just once. And for a lifetime, that insurance is covered. But that covers very heavy premium. Single premium is sold very less. Okay. So these are the three main: ULIP, term, and single premium. And there is one more. That is the general one. General means what? Which invest in bonds. We call it classic. Okay. So now before going, let me show you the new batches. Join the crash course ASAP, everyone. See, go to Adda 24/7. Always go through the app. In the app, you will be getting 1% extra. Okay. So go through the app always. See this crash course, JAIIB crash course. Join this ASAP. Here you will be getting 1% extra if you download the app and then purchase it. In crash course, you will be getting ebooks, mock tests, online live classes, recorded sessions as well. Ebooks and mock tests are to the level of chapter wise, per chapter. So you can check your knowledge also, chapter wise knowledge. And mock tests are chapter wise also. You get it full length mock test also. So both you can try. Depending on, of course, the time, because the time is limited now. And how to purchase this? Mainly you'll have the recorded sessions. If you don't have time to watch during the live hours, you can watch the recorded sessions, isn't it? Click on buy now. Put the code Y432. Y432. Click on apply. 79% discount you are getting plus 1% extra through the app. 80%. So don't miss this. Okay, join the crash course ASAP because this is the hot topic right now. Okay, and all of them have joined. So many members have joined, and mind it, you can clear the exam in the remaining days if you join the crash course. Okay, definitely. Bye.